The most powerful content creation strategy for online coaching businesses is figuring out what to write or what to post about is one of the biggest struggles new and relatively new coaches have when they try to think about what to post on social media. So in today's video, I want to talk about how to create content that attracts the right people into your business, but it also means that you position yourself as an expert in your niche. So at the end of this video, you will have actionable steps that allow you to design your content pillars, create endless content ideas, and you have a plan on how to organize all your content for months in advance. So if you want to know what content to post, make sure that you watch all the way to the end. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Robin. Many nutrition coaches struggle with attracting the right kind of clients to their business. So on my channel, I help them clarify their offer and create content that attracts the right clients to their business so they can develop and build a successful online nutrition coaching business. Before we jump into the process, let's quickly talk about what are content pillars. So you can think about content pillars as 3 to 5 topics that you want to be known for. These are the types of contents that you want to consistently talk about, so you position yourself as an expert on these topics. And that also means they easily allow you to create more and more content ideas. So you never sit down and think, oh my God, what should I post next about? Because you have your general topics and you can always go back and think about new ideas. So it ends this random post of, oh, I could think about this, or I could write about this, but instead you have your topics and this is what you're known for, and this is also what your followers can expect from you. Let's assume for a second you are a plant-based nutrition coach. So one of your content pillars could be whole food vegan recipes. And that means as subtopics of your content pillar, you could talk about desserts, you can talk about baking, you could talk about soups, you could talk about meal prep, you can talk about choosing the right foods in a restaurant, and so on and so on. Or another example could be you want to be a coach for intuitive eating. So intuitive eating is one of your content pillars, and subtopics that you can use to fill this content pillar is something like, what is intuitive eating? What are the principles of intuitive eating? Does intuitive eating even work? How to lose weight with intuitive eating? So the content pillars really are the cornerstones of your channel, and they allow you to create endless ideas. Now let's talk about how to actually come up with your content pillars. So step 1 is look for existing pillars. So if you have a coaching package, you may have certain steps that you walk your clients through. So each step could be the inspiration or could be a content pillar. Or maybe you are not having a sequence, but more already some pillars or some key principles that you walk your clients through. These could be your content pillars. Or you can imagine this, you have a conversation with a friend, or you can have a real conversation, take a napkin, and you have to explain how to get results on a napkin. So you can only write 3 to 5 bullet points of what are the key principles to achieve their results. This could be the inspiration for your content pillars. Another idea is think about your own transformation. What were the steps that you went through? What were the main chapters of your transformation, the main learnings, the main transformations that you experienced? These could be your content pillars or the inspiration for your content pillars. Another way is to look at your certification material or maybe a book that really resonated with you and that is relevant to your audience. And maybe they have certain key principles in the book or in the certification that allow clients to reach their goals. These are also ideas for content pillars. So the second step is what I call the 100 small things method. So what you do is you open a document with bullet points and you write down 100 small things that they need or need to learn to actually be successful and reach their goals. So you can start to think about stuff like, why haven't they already reached their goals? What are their roadblocks? You can think about, why are they not taking action? You can also think about, why are they not getting coaching? Or is it maybe too expensive? Are they not having time? Another way to generate subtopics is to go to answerthepublic.com and use some of the existing content pillar ideas that you have and type them in, so you learn lots and lots of more subtopics. And I've actually linked a video at the end where I've shown you how to use answerthepublic.com. Another way to create subtopics is to look at your data. So if you have already a social media account and you have been posting consistently, you can look at your data, go into insights and organize everything after the most likes, the most saves, the most reach, the most profile visits, whatever you have. And then you see different topics that have resonated the most. And then you get an idea of what are some of the topics that your current followers really like, and then you expand on them. Another way is to actually ask your audience. You can create a poll. Maybe you use some of the existing content pillars. Maybe you already have some content pillars in mind, and then you create a poll and ask them, what is the biggest struggle of these 5 or these 4 topics? Or what would be most interesting for you? And then you let them decide. Maybe they're just clicking a poll or they're making a comment, but it's very important that you don't stop there. Continue the conversation either in their comments or in the comments or in a DM and explore this further. Why does this topic resonate the most with you? What would be most valuable? So you actually have these conversations to deeply learn about your audience and your followers. And maybe you currently don't have an audience. Another way that you can use is to join Facebook groups, for example, that have your ideal audience in it, and then you start asking questions. So what is your biggest problem? Or you listen to the conversations, you observe the conversations. You can even organize the feed and look at the top 3 most active posts to see, what are they talking about? What are problems? What are some of the reoccurring themes? And in this way, you can generate endless ideas. So what we have achieved now is you have identified your content pillars, but you also have created 100 content ideas. And it's super important to organize all these ideas in some way so they don't get lost somewhere in a document. And that is actually the next step in this process. You can create your own content calendar and organize all these ideas and all the additional ideas that come up over the next couple of days and weeks when you continue to think about your content pillars. And I've actually created a video that I linked at the end of this video on how you can design your own content pillar in Asana. And I promise you, it's not an intimidating and overwhelming complex process. It can actually be really fun to finally get all these ideas out into your Asana board and organize them, so you can actually take your clients on a journey from your first content pillar to the next and maybe the next and the next. So you can actually develop a flow and a conversation and a story with your content. To summarize, this is your content creation strategy for your coaching business. Start by identifying existing potential content pillars in your certification, in your own coaching program, maybe in books. Then start to zoom in and develop 100 small topics that are relevant to your audience. From these topics, see if you can cluster together certain topics. So these become your content pillars. But you also organize all these ideas in a content calendar, so you already have content for at least a month, 2 or 3 months. If you learned something about creating content pillars and developing a content creation strategy for your coaching business, please consider liking and subscribing this video. Every Monday I share a new video on clarifying your offer and creating content to attract clients into your business. And also let me know, what of these strategies are you going to try out? what resonates the most with you. And if you want to be in contact with me personally, the best way is to reach out on Instagram. The link is in the description below.